Hello, it's Nikki. Welcome to Workshop 10. This is for you if you know it is time to move from the bench of life, towards your big dreams and need some support. I love this football analogy, and I'm going to do some more of these kind of series because lots of people come to me because they're in this moment in their life where they want to move forward. They want to purposefully, consciously, and intentionally move forward. And maybe they have slid down the priority list. They've been in a season of life where they just haven't had that capacity to be able to be thinking about themselves. And now they've got to a point where they go, I'm ready. I'm ready to see what is next. And that readiness is so powerful. That readiness will get you moving, will get you taking the next step. When we think about those footballers on the bench, the ones that are just sitting there getting cold with their hoods up, are probably not going to get chosen to go on. But the people who are like doing the high knees, going up and down the touch line, you know they're ready. They're like, pick me, let's go. That is the moment you're maybe up to right now. If you are joining for the first time, here is a very quick overview of who I am, what I do, how I help, and of course, you can go on to the videos on the rest of my channel and find out more. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much. It's lovely to have you. And if you haven't followed and subscribed to the playlist, please do so. Then you'll be notified when new workshops go live every single morning. Okay, that moment when you know you are ready, I want you to firstly be in the present moment. Trust the timing. There are seasons of life. And I've been using this analogy a lot recently. My May 2016, when I had a 7-month-old, was very different to my May 2026, when I've got a nearly 11-year-old. Well, it's obviously the same person, but like they need very different things from me. That I was, May 2016 was all about, oh my goodness, he's crawling and he's moving and what can he do? And he's not sleeping and all of these things. And now it's much more, let's talk about our emotions. Let's see what we think about this. And I think that it can be very easy to go back over the stuff that you haven't done, or give your the voice in your head that is telling you that you're behind and it's not happening and you should have, would have, could have. Let that, you can kind of get drawn into letting that take center stage. And that really isn't helpful. I think back to when I was an agent, and sometimes we would meet clients, who we were interested in signing for the book. And sometimes they would use their 15-minute to half an hour meeting to go over all the stuff that hadn't worked before. And I had this agent and it went wrong and all of this stuff. Instead of seeing the opportunity, they were here in that moment with somebody, well, a group of people who could take their career to the next level. I always wanted that person to go, this is what I want to do. I did a bit of this, but I don't want to do more of this, but this is the direction that you can get behind. The other stuff, it has to go to therapy or be worked through and processed in your own time. But really thinking about what's going to be useful and then refocus, really creating those strong boundaries and going, does this help me? Is this moving me forward? Is this helping me get off the bench and move into the next chapter? Or is it making me stay stuck and small and essentially on that bench? Number 2, I want you to keep an eye out for the gruesome twosome, which are best friends. I really believe they're procrastination and perfectionism. They want to pull you back. They can be the loudest voices in your head. The procrastination, and maybe one of them is louder than the other for you. That procrastination, I'm not ready, I'll do it tomorrow. I need to figure this out. I'm going to research a little bit more. I'm just going to watch this workshop, just going to listen to this podcast. And actually, what you need to do is to get into go mode. The second thing is never making a decision, never making a move forward because it's not perfect. You're waiting and hoping and wishing. I want you to switch those verbs around into doing and being and emailing and going for it, essentially. Number three, I want you to begin to create a new baseline for yourself. And this is an interesting one because we see it reflected in content as well. It's when I did my 100-day challenge, when I said I was going to run for 15 minutes every day, I didn't share any of that process until day 39. I felt embarrassed, like going, hey, world, like even as I'm saying, it's like, hey, world, I'm going to run for 15 minutes every day. Some people will be like, big deal, Nikki, big deal. I mean, we're running marathons, like 15 minutes, really? Is that a big thing? Honestly, it was the best. And I ended up running 250 days in a row. And the great thing is it taught me so much. It created a new baseline. And it wasn't too high, it wasn't too low. It was a way that I could settle into a new frequency. This is who I am every single day. This is what I do. And yet my ego was like, no, run a marathon, do this, train for something. And my ego in my head was like, oh, that's rubbish. Like, don't even tell people. However, you'll be surprised to move from bench status into, right, I'm going to go and run the London Marathon might feel like a huge leap. And so to get yourself off that bench, you need that new baseline, that way that you can find that lovely rhythm, one that you can groove with. Number four, be really specific about what it is. Pick an action, get clear on it, and make a move. It's so easy when we're in that, like, I'm on the bench status, to be in a place where we go, I just want to feel a little bit more like me, or I want to be more connected to my work, or I just want to make more money doing what I love. Get into the specifics. Two ways that you can do this. Sometimes I draw myself a timeline and I think about my goal being at number 10, and then I think about number one. And sometimes I am at number one and I have to go, right, okay, number 10, it's some way. But what I then do is I break down, okay, what does the position of 2 out of 10 look like? What about 4? What about 6? How will I know that I'm at an 8? And I am able to really narrate that process so I can be clear and I can have a sense of where I'm going. Another thing I sometimes do, like when I started my podcast in 2018, I wrote down all of the things I thought I would need to do in order to get the first few episodes. So I mean, I'm exaggerating here, 1,763 items, but sometimes writing it down, like email that person, decide on a name, tick, find your color palette, tick, breaking it down in that way will really give you that dopamine hit of like, oh, I'm moving forward. And sometimes it might be like, I've ticked off 17 things off my to-do list today. One of them might be like, make a cup of tea and have a shower and have a walk. Great, that's 3. But it means that you're in momentum as well. Number 5, I cannot say this enough. Put your vision where you can see it. When I started that running challenge and I was like, right, I'm getting off the bench and I'm doing this, my watching system took a bit of a time to catch up with my athletic system, meaning sometimes I'd be like, oh, I haven't got a sports bra. And I've got loads of sports bra. I need a top. I need this thing. I needed to get behind stuff the night before, set it out, put my trainers when I can see them. Because what happened was, as soon as it became a bit complicated, a bit tricky, a bit like hard to do, or I found myself flapping, and because sometimes I would only have a tiny window, like Matt would be going to work, and I'd be like, right, it's 7 o'clock, I've got to run until quarter past because he's leaving at 20 past 7 in the morning. I had to be really strategic. I didn't have time to be faffing about. And this is what I want you to do with your next vision. It doesn't have to be the 5, the 10, the year from now vision. Maybe it's just that next jump that moves you from that static, I don't know what I'm doing, into, okay, this is like my mile one. This is the first part that I'm going to tick off. I want you to think about what that is for you today, and I want you to get really clear on those specifics. Finally, if I can help and support you, do check out my strategy session experiences. You can book them as single, doubles, or we can work together for a month, or I offer VIP days one-on-one in person as well. All the details are over on nikkiraby.com/sessions. Finally, if you go, oh, yes, I'm in the groove, Nikki. I'm ready to activate and illuminate the next chapter. I have a brand new course, which I would love you to jump in on. You can go to nikkiraby.com/activate. There are 5 chunky workshops where you can look at all the different areas of your personal brand, from the planning to the money to the positioning, how you are online, presenting, and also the personal, what's going on in your mindset. Let me know how you get on. Let me know what you need. Book a free call with me, and I'll see you again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. You'll be the first to know when a brand new video goes live in the morning. Lots of love, and thanks for watching.